If this was downtown, they'd have turned that off just before it, well, we did that nice bit at the end. What a great, great record. I love that. I make no apologies for playing that again, Mr. Blue Sky by the Electric Light Orchestra. I think it's one of the best records ever made. If you listen to all the stuff that's going on in that. And I played it last week one day, I think it was Wednesday, and people asked me to play it again, and I have duly... You see how good I am? Whatever I ask...
Who asked you to play it?
People.
See?
People, a number of people.
No, they didn't.
No, they did.
They didn't.
Do you want to see the emails?
And you played it on Thursday, I think.
All right, Thursday, okay. What am I? Some kind of, memory man? I don't remember. Wednesday, Thursday. Makes no difference. And please do not cast aspersions on what I say. If I say that people asked for it, I'm not making this up. This is not Hugo's, I am not going to say that, people have asked for a song if they haven't asked me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know what I have, Sean? Something that you will never understand. I have what's called integrity. Integrity. And honesty are my passwords.
Well, give us one name.
Jim.
Jim asked you.
Yes.
Where's Jim live? Bangor.
He said hello.
Yeah.
Tell Jim. He lives in Bangor.
Yes.
And Fred from Ochnacloy.
Yeah.
And Breege from Donegal. And Assumpta from Portadown.
When did you change your mind about the ending of that song?
I didn't change my mind about the ending.
You would never play the end of it
because
at the start.
I didn't know it was there.
I know you didn't. I know because I remember a man contacting the program and asking you that very same question, Gerry. Why do you never play the end of that song? And you said because it's no good. I don't think
I ever said that.
You
Sean,
said I resent
it. I resent you putting. I resent you putting words in my mouth.
You said you didn't like it.
I really have to put my foot down here.
I don't like the ending. You said.
I don't think I've ever said that.
And yes, and the man said to you, he says, "What do they say at the end?" And you said, "Don't say anything. It's just a horrible old noise."
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Just a horrible old noise. And the boy says, "No, they say, please turn me over." And you say, "Do not." He says, "Yes, they do. Play it." And you played it, and you listened to it, and you says, "Oh my God, yes, he's right. They do say it." And then suddenly the ending became great.
You're putting words in my mouth again. Please stop doing that.
No.
I resent this.
Do you know Alison Brown?
Yes.
Well, Alison, who lives in Carryduff.
Yes.
Well, it's her birthday today.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, and her Uncle Gordon and Auntie Christine would like you to play Snow Patrol for her.
Snow Patrol?
Yeah.
I think I will, yes, but I don't have anything by Snow Patrol with me. If you'd kindly run upstairs and get me something, I will play it. Because if I can't play it, it means that you haven't gone upstairs to get it for me to play it, so therefore I can't. It will not be my fault if I don't play it.
We can get you something out of the library.
Actually, please do. Be careful what you get me.
What do you want?
I don't like some things.
Well, what do you want? Tell me.
I want Run.
Run?
Yes, I want that. I'd like to say thank you to 150 young girls. Yes, a lady writes to me. 150 girls who are having a much better Christmas because of me. And you know what they are? Each girl is a hen. Do you remember on this program a lady called Barbara Mladek, M-L-A-D-E-K? I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that right. She runs the Nut House Hen Rescue. What she does is, do you remember this well?
Yeah, yes, I do.
The lady who takes battery hens out of what do you call those?
I would like to do
things?
that.
Well, you can do this.
No, I haven't got the facilities.
The facilities?
Yeah.
I've seen your facilities. You could keep a hen.
No.
You've got a backyard.
Yeah, but I would go through she would go through a hole in the fence or something.
Well, why don't you mend it?
No, you need to get net and wire and all.
All right, too much bother. Too much trouble, eh? Save a life, too much trouble. I do, however, have a confession, says Barbara. As you so rightly pointed out, our slogan, saving one hen may not change the world, but it will change the world for that one hen, was plagiarised from the beautiful starfish story adapted from The Star Thrower by Lauren Eastley. It's too beautiful a tale not to be adapted to our cause, so I'm guilty on all counts. Here's the news that people want to know. Nut House's hen rescue date for the next chicken run is the 17th of December. What they do is the ladies pounce upon chicken farms and they take away the little chickens that maybe perhaps the farmers don't want, which would normally be, and I hesitate when I use this word, slaughtered.
Would a hen wander?
A hen would.
Would it now?
But a hen that has been kept in a battery condition would not tend to wander.
Yeah, but
as much.
would a hen ordinarily wander, or are they territorial? Are they, Are they?
Nobody's ever asked me before if a hen is territorial. And maybe perhaps I should think about that.
Well, you had hens.
I'm a hen man, yes.
Yes. Are you
Tim Hen man?
Are you by any chance? Are you Hen McLaughlin?
I am not Hen McLaughlin. I am Egg McLaughlin.
Oh, Egg. Well, there, it's close. It's close.
Well,
you should know.
Well, let me explain.
You should know if you're territorial. I mean,
let me explain this for the benefit of listeners who may not understand what we're talking about. My ancestral roots lie in Donegal. I've made no secret of that. and my people are from Donegal, and I take great pride in being from Donegal. Now, the area, a particular area in Donegal that my people are from, is festooned with McLaughlins and Dohertys, right?
Yeah.
Every second house is Doherty. Every first house is McLaughlin. For instance, the house where my people lived, there are McLaughlins all around there.
Yeah.
So there is great reason to find some way to differentiate between the different McLaughlins who are not necessarily related. And you know the story about being a neighbour and a friend. I'm a friend, but I'm not a neighbour. I'm a neighbour, but I'm not a friend. A neighbour is a person who lives beside you. A friend is a person who's a relative. So a person could say, is that the person who lives beside you, are they a friend of yours? And you say, no. But are they a neighbour? Oh, yeah. But they're a neighbour and a friend. They're a neighbour, but they're not friends.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. You could say, oh, they're a neighbour of ours, but they're not friends. In other words, it doesn't mean they're not unfriendly. It means that they're not related to me.
But they're friends. Friends means they're
Not
related.
related.
Well, would you have a friend once removed?
Yes.
Would you?
Indeed, yes. Anyway, so in that particular part of the country, there are different McLaughlins, different nicknames for the family, which have been earned throughout the dim and distant past. Maybe perhaps some, Whitehara. There's a fiddle player called Denny McLaughlin, and his people are called Whitehara McLaughlins. And the reason why he's called Whitehara is because he once painted a harrow, for doing your ground, for digging up the ground. A harrow,
Is that right?
H-A-R-R-O-W.
Like
Yeah, it's the thing you use after a plough. A plough ploughs the land, and the harrow, you do something with that. Something vaguely agricultural. To enable you to sow the seed or something like that. It kind of further upsets the ground, make it more suitable for planting.
Right.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Listen to me.
No, it's good. Right. Okay.
Will you sit down there? And it's a hard old day you've had out the planting, and you're out with the harrow and indeed the scythe. Will you sit down and have a cup of tea and a bit of soda bread and a bit of water and a bit of butter and a bit of maybe a boiled egg? Would you take one? Maybe a wee drop of punch and a drop of the crater? Would you like that? Sit down and rest yourself. You've had a long day out in the fields, and it's hot out there. And the midges and the clegs is giving you jip. Anyway.
So, what did he do to the harrow?
He collected this new harrow, which had not been painted yet, or apparently it had been painted white or something like that. It was very unusual to have something white. So he had this man with him. You see, and this man was kind of working for him or owed him some kind of labour or whatever it was. And this particular man who owned the harrow felt like a little pint.
Right.
A pint of water.
Right.
So he went to a local pub. I think it was the North Pole, which is between Buncrana and Clonmany.
Yes.
And from the North Pole, he can see his land.
Right.
So he says to the guy, he said, will you do a bit of work on that land there with the harrow, the new harrow? I says, yes. He says, I'll be watching you. So he could see the harrow was white. So he could see. He said, as long as I can see that white harrow moving, I know that you're working.
No problem.
You can see the white moving.
How could you see the white? Sure, if it's down on a...
Didn't you hear what I said? Didn't you hear what I said?
Yes.
That from the pub he could see his land.
Yeah, but he wouldn't. He would see
See
the
his
man. He
land.
wouldn't see the harrow. He would see
He saw the harrow because it was white.
No, he couldn't, because it's down.
The reason why
it's down a drill.
He could see his land. A harrow is high.
Is it?
Oh, what do you think it is? Like a trowel or something? No, it's
The way you described it to me, I don't know what a harrow is.
I know you don't. So why can you?
So
how dare you sit there and criticise? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Because the way you described it to me is the man ploughs. He ploughs a furrow, doesn't it? It's a drill.
Well, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah,
yes.
and then the harrow must fit into that drill.
Stop it.
Does it or does it not?
I don't know.
You don't know
Will you sit down and stop your old questioning, cross-examination? Where do you think we are? Long cash. For God's sake, have a bit of sense and sit down and have a cup of tea and enjoy yourself and relax and none of that old hargy-bargy.
You don't know what a harrow is.
No. Anyway, they were called white
He
harrows.
painted
And
that.
that might have happened 100 years ago, and the people are still called white harrows,
Yeah.
right? So my people are called eggs.
How did you get the egg?
I don't know. I've
think-
never
you
been
think-
able to
you
find
think
out.
You would find that out.
I've never been able to find out. I've always asked people, but they say they didn't know. So it's way back in the mists of time. So I'm an egg. Mm-hmm. I'm me and you and me and me and
Is that only in that
me
particular
are
part
all
of an
together.
shown?
No, it's a thing that happens all the time.
Is it all over
You see,
Donegal?
you
or
get
all
people
over?
you get people like O'Donnell's, right? And you get particular areas, they've family names. People are descended from the old chieftains, the Gaelic chieftains, McLaughlin's chieftains, Doherty's chieftains,
Right,
especially
yeah.
up here, and O'Neill and
yeah,
O'Donnell. So you get places where you get loads. Everybody's called O'Donnell, right? So you have to have some way of differentiating between one family of O'Donnells from another, who are neither friends nor neighbours.
Well, how come I don't know anyone in Strabane with a name?
You don't know anyone.
No,
else
you know what I
with a
mean. There's
name?
no. Is there?
You're trying to speak now?
Yes.
Yes.
Chalk McLaughlin.
That's a different name. That's a different reason for that. See, there's two different things, right? There's nicknames that are acquired.
Well, it could be Doherty the Black.
No. There's nicknames that are acquired.
As in blacksmith.
Will you stop? There are nicknames that are acquired by individuals because of some individual quirk in their character, right?
Right.
Like, for instance, I would call you Humpy Coyle.
Right.
Because of the way you walk, maybe you're all hunched up. You're humpy.
Right.
And Janet would be blousy.
Blousy.
You know.
Oh, stop that. No, don't, Jan. Don't look at him.
Blousy Sheeran.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot.
Blousy Sheeran and Humpy Coyle.
Right.
That's who you are.
Right.
And you'd call me what? Transplant Anderson.
No, but I know a man who's called Stout Doherty.
Yes. Why?
That's what I don't know.
Why'd you call
But
Stout? Because
he's
he
from out the road from your granny.
see.
Aye.
Well, you see, that's is it an individual name. That's not a generic family name.
Yeah, they are. They're Doherty's the Stout.
Excuse me.
Doherty's the Stout.
They're all called Stouts.
Stout.
Well, then again, there you are. That's a generic family nickname. It could be. I could have said he would be called Stout because maybe he was fond of the old Guinness.
Yeah, and I know another man, Doherty, who's known as Doherty the Black.
Well, maybe, you know.
There's a
can
wee
you say?
call.
Anyway, yes, stop this. Anyway, here, listen, I have to continue on what I was saying here about the hens. The nut house. What?
Janet said there's a man paying for the call
Is there?
on one.
All right, then. I'll have to administer to the man who's paying for the call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
How are you today?
I'm very well.
I got involved
I
in a
have
very
a little
long...
story to relate to you that you may appreciate.
Yes.
Mr. Coyle is a spoofer,
Oh, you don't have to tell me that.
and I'll tell you why. Some 20 years ago, I entered a competition on Mr. Coyle's show, and he should know what a harrow is, because the question was, what can you plough but you can't harrow?
And did he know the answer to that?
Well, he knew the answer, because I won £10 and sent my mother-in-law and her sister off to Morelli's Ice Creams with a £10 voucher.
This indicates
So
to me...
Mr. Coyle should, if he's going to ask questions, he should know what the answers are.
Well, it seems to me that this indicates that he is a fraud and a charlatan.
Oh, a charlatan. Oh, most definitely.
See, the ice cream van has arrived in your house.
I know. What?
Ice cream van has arrived in your house.
No, that's a mobile phone with a message.
Okay, well, thank you for exposing him as the charlatan and liar.
Does he know the
that he is.
answer? Does he know the answer?
Well, that's what I'm asking. What's it? I don't know. What can you plough but you can't harrow?
Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Anderson should know that.
Well, you should know what you asked the question.
You should know.
I haven't a clue.
Well,
I
you
haven't
should
a
know.
clue.
Well, does Blousy know?
Blousy does know.
What can you plough?
Does he
He
answer
made
that?
me call Janet Blousy.
Listen, what can
I
you
just
plough
Blousy does
but
know.
you cannot harrow?
What's the answer? Come on.
Look out the window. What's that white stuff on the ground?
What's he talking
Snow,
about?
snow. Janet
You can
said.
plough snow, but you can't harrow it.
I've never heard of that. What is
Well,
a
there you
harrow?
go.
Snow plough.
You
yeah.
asked the question.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
even
you
know.
should remember
So
now.
I don't know what a
Your
harrow.
mind's starting to go as well.
I don't know what a harrow is.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you Google it? Blousy. Blousy,
Thomas,
Google
thank you
harrow
very
for
much your time.
Humpy.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. Goodbye. You see, exposed as a charlatan and indeed a fraud. Anyway, the next chicken run is the 17th of December. This is important, and since you were kind enough to give me the chance of a little airtime, I have been inundated with calls and emails from people wanting to save chickens. I am so thankful to you, and so will the girls be, all 150. Going to save 150 chickens. Do you realise, because of this programme, 150 chickens shall peck in peace?
That's good.
There is still time left for people who would like to adopt some hens, as I will not close December's list until the 14th. So people can apply if you want a hen. If you have any ground at all, if you've got a backyard and you want a couple of hens who would otherwise be slaughtered,
Do you want to ask him yourself?
help them. These are two hens. And what they do is they've never had any human contact. You get the hens, and apparently the lady said you put them up against your, I hesitate to use the word breast, but you know what I mean, and you stroke them, and then suddenly they become aware, that somebody loves them. Do you know the way I found that out last year?
Could you get a couple of wee sisters?
I don't know. Maybe they're all sisters. I don't know. There's still time left, but it would help if anyone is interested in taking some, if they could contact me as soon as possible. So here's the website, www.nuthousehenrescue, HOUSEHENRESCUE.
All one word.
No
Not
need to-
house.
No need to shout.
Oh, sorry, I was writing down, you see.
Not House Hen Rescue, one word, lowercase.
Hen
.co.uk.
rescue.
Not House Hen Rescue.
Not house hen rescue.
.co.uk.
.co.uk.
Okay. Gerry, our first formal rescue date is the 17th of December, as previously mentioned. And whilst I know you're a busy man with the diary of events filled up to 2023, this is true, I would like to extend a special invitation to you on the day. You'll be made welcome with hugs and kisses and girls swinging around you. Okay, most of them will be feathered, but some of them might not be. A big pot of stew and a warm cuppa. I won't be offended if you can't make it. I don't know what I'm doing that day. That's a Thursday, isn't it? I've looked in my calendar.
Call.
I know that. Can't you hear me talking here? I don't know what I'll be doing that day, but I'll make it.
What date's that?
The
Your
next
date.
chicken run is the 17th of December.
What date do you want it for?
What date do I want it for?
No, what date do you
The
not
people,
know?
the people should make their application before the 14th.
You said you don't know what you'll be doing.
On the 17th. The ladies have invited me up to somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Where would you want me to go, girls? Tell me where it is and maybe I can make it. If it's out of the way, it might be difficult. I might be able to call in my way past to get a little hug from a feathered friend because I'm desperate.
What day of the week is it?
Thursday. But the people have to apply before the 14th. So if they want to get on the list, because they have to apply to the farmers, and the farmers weed out the hens and they give them to the people. Otherwise, they would be slaughtered. Save a hen today.
Paul's on one.
And remember, saving one hen may not change the world, but it will change the world for that one hen. Whenever we did that, people didn't think we were serious. People thought it was a wind-up, but it's not a wind-up at all, because have you ever been in a battery hen farm?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Something with you.
Oh, so you were. Do you remember that horrible, the way all the wee hens looked at you? And they all kind of cowered away when you came near them. And there was like 10,000 eyes on you.
No, I didn't go in.
No, you didn't go in.
I went to the door and didn't like it, and I left.
I know. Well, you see, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Here's a gentleman who rescued.
I
know that. My wife's brain was so addled on Saturday night from watching X Factor and Strictly Come Dancing that I feared for her sanity. Before my eyes, her brain turned to mush. She tottered about with a mad stare, saying, "Nailed it. The stage was made your own." In desperation, I tied her to a chair and made her watch A Doll's House by Ibsen. Soon she regained her sanity and was well able to bring in the coal, scrub the kitchen floor and clean the toilet and do all the things that she did before. Thanks to Ibsen, my wife has recovered.
I don't
again.
think I watched a program over the weekend.
Should make her. You should watch. Have you ever watched
I don't think
Wallander?
so. I never watched the
Have you
program.
ever watched Wallander or The Killing?
No.
Those Swedish detectives. What's that all about?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you ever watch any of that? No. Well, I saw a bit of Strictly Come Dancing.
What about the man?
And I saw a wee bit of Strictly, what do you call it, other thing, X Factor over the weekend. Yeah. People who watch that should be,
Hark at him in there. Hark at him in there, Janet.
Did Blousy watch it?
I did.
Did she?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been avoiding those since they started. And you keep saying to me, "Oh, you have to watch those things to see
You
what
have
they're
to
all
watch
about."
it. You have to watch it. You have to watch.
2 minutes of that of those programs,
No.
you just know that's
You have to watch it to find out what the people are watching, because we are representative of the people. We stand here, we sit here, we talk, and the people out there assume that we are in tune
No.
with the same things that they are.
No.
So if people ring up here and want to talk about Strictly Come Dancing, and if they want to talk the X Factor, you can't chase them.
I could talk about Strictly to come Bruce Forsyth to the next man, because I've seen wee bits and pieces of it, and
That's what I mean, yeah.
I know what it's all about. For instance, I've never ever watched the jungle thing. Yet I was sitting reading a book and I heard men being sick on the TV, and I looked up for it and I said, "What's going on?" She says, "Oh, they're eating something."
Kangaroos' penises.
I don't. There's a call on one.
See, that shut you up. I know how to shut you up. You blousy chickling there. Chickling? No, chuckling. Chickling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm
Gerry.
also not deaf. Go ahead.
That's not so bad. That's not so bad. I tell you, Gerry, my brother, he sent you a CD in the post there a number of weeks ago.
Yes.
Sean Kelly.
Oh, yes, I think I got that, yes.
I wondered, could you play a number on it?
I don't know if I've got it handy, to be honest. No, I get a lot of CDs, I get
I know.
I get about 200 a week,
Right.
Sometimes more.
Well, there's one song I think you'd love. It's about going to see the doctor.
And what's the premise of the song? Is it
Well,
a kind
he
of...
goes to this man, he has a bit of problems, he has a bit of drink problem, and smokes a lot and all the rest, and he goes to see the doctor, and I think you'd love it.
All right, I'll have a look at that. Sean Kelly, you say?
Yep.
And it's a song about a man going to see the doctor about smoking and
Yeah,
drinking?
go to see the doctor.
All right, then. Okay, what would be your relation with this man?
He's my brother. The two of us cut the CD, but he has the name. He gets all the credit for it, you know.
Okay. You're just the ground man, are you?
That's all, yeah.
You're the man who puts in the work on the ground.
That's exactly right, yeah.
All right, then, okay, I'll have a look at that and certainly play it. Thank you.
Thanks, Gerry.
Not at all. Bye. Bye. These are the Salt Flats, or this is the Salt Flats. Fleetwood Mac song called Never Going Back Again.
She broke down and let me in.
From Northern Ireland, wonderful band.
Made me see where I've been. Been down one time, been down two times. Now gone back again. Been down one time, been down two times. Now gone back again. Don't know what it means to win. Come down and see me again. Been down one time, been down two times. Now gone back again. Been down one time, been down two times. Now gone back again.
As I mentioned, that's a band from Belfast called the Salt Flats. They've got a track out, 4 track, all covering Fleetwood Mac songs. Absolutely brilliant. Back after the news.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, why do we have the worst teeth in Europe? Are we just too lazy to brush? Are dentists too dear? Want your calls on that? Is it time we put fluoride in the water? In bed by 10, are school formals likely to be a thing of the past? Police in Coleraine say under 18 shouldn't be in hotels past 9:30 at night. What's going on there? Also on the programme, the Donegal lottery winner. What would you do with 2.6 million? She's a granny. We're wondering as well, what does your Irish granny want for Christmas? Not a doorstop, that's for sure. Find out on Talkback at 12.
Hey, man, they're talking about our Irish granny.
Aye.
Where are we? England? Listen, I want to tell you something. I'm going to open myself up to you.
Right.
You've always wondered what's wrong with me.
Aye.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you now what's wrong with me. You've often wondered why I don't suffer fools gladly.
Right.
You've often wondered why I'm such a stickler for quality.
Yeah.
I can't tolerate, the Hugo people.
Right.
In country and western, not kind of money thing.
Yeah.
I can't tolerate low standards.
All right.
And if the thing is good, I'll fight for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to me?
No.
Blousy's listening.
Yes.
I was exposed to excellence too early.
All right.
I never told you about this. When I was 17, I was a musician up in my bedroom, playing my little guitar, trying to learn stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody was telling me about the shadows and but somehow I didn't take to it.
Uh-huh.
There was something wrong. I aspired to something higher, and I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And then I joined a band, and I heard what it was that I was looking for. I joined a band, and this is what I heard. Do you know who this is?
Russ Conway?
No.
Mrs. Mills?
No, not the piano player. The person who's going to play now is a saxophone player, the best saxophone player, I think, in the world. His name is Gay McIntyre. And I was in his band when I was 18. Ruined me forever. It means that I could never tolerate anything second rate. Just have a listen to this. This is what I was playing with when I was 18. That's Gay McIntyre with Radio Ulster's Lindley Hamilton playing trumpet. That's with the Lindley Hamilton Quartet, an unreleased version of a song by Bob Dylan called Mississippi. I think it was on an album called Time Out of Mind. That's an alternative version.
Well, you asked me there, right?
You just took a
funny you should ask.
What were you talking about, you and Blousey? What were you talking about? Come on. What were you talking about?
Personal.
You see, what happens is, I know it's personal, but you see, well, I kind of expect you to listen to the programme when it's on.
I was telling her about getting dressed this morning.
You know, but you see, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be tending to the calls and trying to anticipate what I may require next.
Janet asked
For
me
instance, I asked you to go up and get a record by somebody, and you haven't done it.
Who was it?
I can't remember.
You see.
You haven't done it.
Hoisted.
Humpy.
Yeah, all right.
By the way, a harrow is basically a large rake pulled behind a tractor or even a horse. There is also a disc harrow used for chopping up land after it has been ploughed. So you plough it with the plough, then you harrow it with a harrow.
Right.
Will you sit down and have a bit of crack? Sorry. Is there someone on the line here?
Yes.
Don't sound so surprised.
No.
What were you talking about to Janet?
Janet asked me about my vertigo. How are you doing now? And I was telling her, I was telling her I'd be a bit wobbly in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
I think she's well used to that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Gerry.
Sorry.
Tom Magnew here, and thanks for letting me speak to you.
Not at all, Tom. It's a pleasure. I'm sorry you had to listen to that.
I'm a bit wobbly myself this morning here.
Well, it happens to us all after a certain age.
That's right. Gerry, I'm sorry I'm going to be one of these people who is asking for an obscure, well, not that obscure, but a request anyway. I have a big studio stroke workshop out in the countryside here.
Yes.
And I've been in it for a very long time, 35 years thereabouts. And for all that time, I've been using an old potbelly stove, the type of thing that we might have had in primary schools and country pubs, that sort of thing.
Oh, great, yeah.
Anyway, my story is that it's on its absolutely last legs, and I'm desperately trying to find one around the countryside somewhere.
A replacement.
So the brand name of it is Romesse.
How do you spell that?
Romesse.
Yes.
And I think, if any, I would say there are people who would straight away know what I'm talking about. It's basically made in sections, big, heavy cast iron thing.
Not the type of thing you get now.
I've been having a wee search on the internet, and I came across one in England a few days ago, but when I contacted them, it had already been sold.
No.
So I'm just hopeful that somebody around the northwest, I'm based here in Dunnamana,
Okay.
and I'm hoping that someone might have one lying in a shed or an old hall or something like that.
That's
They're
right.
fantastic things.
Davy Crockett's ancestral home.
Dunnamana, that's absolutely right, yeah.
Davy Crockett's dad came from Dunnamana.
That's right. Was it Roy Arbuckle? Did he pen that?
Yes, he wrote a song called Davy Crockett's dad came from Dunnamana.
I thought that was Roy. I bumped into him there last week.
Yeah,
And,
but there is evidence. There is evidence that Davy Crockett's forebears came from a small townland called Dunnamana. It's a village, isn't it, or a townland?
well, it's a little village,
It
really.
is.
I'm just outside the village here.
Yeah, it's in County Londonderry.
Pardon?
County Londonderry.
County Tyrone, actually.
Oh, is it really?
It is, yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought it was County Londonderry.
No.
It's County Tyrone.
Uh-huh.
All right then, okay, I stand corrected, as the man said with the orthopaedic shoe.
Very good.
Anyway.
Aye, so
Sorry.
if...
Yes, a Romesse. Romessi.
A Romesse stove, yeah. They're not manufactured any longer. The one I had here, I've had, as I say, for a working lifetime, basically, and I actually bought it new at the time. They were made in Glasgow, I believe. But I'm pretty certain there'll be one kicking around somewhere in the countryside. So if anybody has one, I'd be delighted to, buy it, whatever.
Take it off their hands. Indeed, yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, right, okay. But, our number is 08459 555 678. If anybody out there can help us, by all means. And the best of luck to you out in Dunnamana.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, Gerry.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for your help.
Bye. I got a message here. Your music is like a low-budget German supermarket. So crap. It's great. Well, I think he's referring to a well-known supermarket which has 4 letters, which we won't mention.
There's another call.
Is there?
Yeah.
My God. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Gerry. Mark
yes.
Carmichael here.
Who's that? Sorry, I missed your name.
Mark.
Mark. Okay, good morning, Mark.
All right, Gerry. I was speaking to you a couple of weeks ago about the meaning of pronounced.
Fernance, yes, Ulster Scots origins.
Aye, and then you said send me on a CD. You had written a couple of gospel songs in Ulster Scots or
Yes.
the Himley tongue, whatever way you want to put it, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I just wondered whether you ever got it or not.
Well, you see, I have to be very careful here because you have no idea, and I know you have no idea, but, you know, I'm just saying that I do get an awful lot. And every once in a while, I have a tear at them. Now, for instance, I got 25 or 30 today.
I know, I know rightly, Gerry. I know, I was just checking whether I'd sent it
No,
right.
but
Yes or no?
I'm just trying to explain it, and so what I do is I pile them all up on my desk, and every once in a while I take a charge at them.
Aye.
I know. He said
Now stop it! Stop it! Can't you hear me lying to this man
yes,
here?
I can, that's what I'm saying to Janet. Did you listen to him lying there through his teeth?
Oh, I am well used to it. I have heard...
Well, what are you insinuating? You're talking to Blousy. What are you saying to her?
You haven't opened any of your mail yet this morning.
That's just what I'm saying to him.
Oh, right.
Every once in a while I have a tear at it.
You took a CD of me this morning from me.
I threw it in the bin.
No, you did not. You said that's too good for you.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He said, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "That's just my post." He said, "That's too good for you."
No, what I meant was, I didn't mean as if you didn't deserve it. I meant that you
Yes,
had
you did.
You had no role for it in your reprogram because you only play crap.
Where is it?
It's in my desk.
Yeah, on top of a pile of CDs that you have yet to listen to.
I'll get round to it.
I know.
I'd say that. So, and this man's CD is probably
There as well.
in the middle of that.
Yes.
And I'll have a tear at that the first free day I get. I'm such in demand. I'll have no, seriously, it will be listened to, and it will be, if indeed it's judged to have merit, it will be heard in this programme.
Oh, that's all right. No, you went away to America, you see, so I'd posted it to you, but then you disappeared off to the marathon and did very well, I believe.
I did extremely well, despite the chuckles you hear from the staff here.
No,
What
I
about
don't
the fact-
believe
what
the
about-
lies
what
they
about-
tell about you, Gerry? I know you tried and did your best, boy.
These people don't realise the goodness that's in my heart
Oh, I know,
because
I
they're
know, I
so
know.
mendacious
Dig deep
and grasping.
behind it.
Do you know the most amazing thought I had this morning? Do you know that I just missed Nolan in Santa Monica?
Oh,
Can you imagine walking along the pier in Santa Monica and seeing the bacon waddling towards you?
weren't you lucky?
You'd have to stay with him all day, wouldn't you? You can't if you meet a man.
Imagine meeting
Hugo,
a pair of shorts.
you can't just say hello. What do you call him, George? No, what do you call him, Stephen? You can't say just hello, Stephen. What are you doing here? See you later. You'd need to stay with him all day. Can you imagine what that would have been like?
I know, burgers.
Eat the
and
food you'd had to
chips and
eat.
Blackjack.
Pizzas and everything every 5 minutes. Anyway, listen, I'll tend to that. What's the record called again?
It's called Come All Ye Old Sinners, but there's 4 songs on it. The last couple are quite humorous, but a lot of the old words that you would maybe have used and forgotten. The expressions.
All right. Then.
Will I go to your desk
No,
and
it's
see
all
if I
right.
can find
It's
it?
okay. It's all right. I'll get to it myself.
All right.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much. We'll get to that.
Well, thanks, Gerry.
Not at all. Thank you. There's nothing I like more than old words we don't use anymore.
There's another call for you.
I'm sorry, too late.
Listen,
Too late. I'm sorry.
No, did you ever play in Hilltown Hall on New Year's Eve with Gay McIntyre?
I probably did, yes.
No, did you or did you not?
I probably did.
And Ray Hamill wants more information on Gay McIntyre. Talk a wee bit about his life, about the man himself.
I
What do
will.
you know?
I will do it. Will you?
And
Wait a
you
minute.
have a call on too.
I know that. Will you wait a minute? Can't you hear the
It's now
music
transferred to one.
Oh, well, thanks.
I know you could do so much better than me. And you're a girl and I'll never get you, 'cause basically you're just too fit for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. It's a little bit funny. You're always in my mind, in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the one I think of, the girl that makes me smile. And then the day goes on and you come my way. I get so scared and I don't know what to my heart tells me is true. Basically, you're wonderful. And yeah, whatever. I know you could do so much better than me. And I'm a boy you'd never have, 'cause basically you're far too good for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. You're always on my mind in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the girl I think of, the one that makes me smile, yeah. And then the day goes on and you come my way, yeah. I get so scared and I don't know what to say, yeah. If what my heart tells me is true, basically you're beautiful.
Oh, it's a good song. Let me tell you why I like that. Do you want me to tell you why I like that? Hello? Do you want to
Yes.
tell me why I like that? That's a band called No Picture Policy. It's a song called Bubbles. I play that all the time. A lot of people say to me I play that far too often, but I don't think I do, because I think that's real talent. Now, a lot of people also say to me that I get a lot of records from other bands from Northern Ireland and individual singers and individual artists from Northern Ireland, and I don't play them. And they say, why don't you play them? And I have no explanation for them. But you see, it was what I was talking about earlier about Gay McIntyre, right? And people were asking about that. I'll come back to this in a moment. Gay McIntyre is, the album is called The Music Within Me, featuring the Linley Hamilton Quartet. Linley Hamilton, of course, does the jazz program. Walter does a jazz program, which is very good, but Linley does another one. That's kind of more modern. No, I don't know what the difference is, really. There is no difference. So the album is called The Music Within Me, and it's on Light Records, Lyte, and there's an email here, lyterecords.com. lyterecords.com, lightrecords.com, if you're interested in that. I don't know if that's in the shops or not. See, I was trying to explain
Many
earlier
tracks
on.
are on it.
I think I revealed a little bit too much of myself to you earlier on after the news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tracks on it. It's excellent. It really is excellent. You see, this man came back to see, he is responsible for me, really. Because, do you know, when you're at a very tender
your father?
No, he's not. I don't think so. Anyway, do you know the way when you're exposed to someone at a very early age? See, people like you were exposed to Dave D, Dozy Beaky McIntitch, so it ruined you for life.
Yeah.
See, and you made you the person you are today, which I don't like.
Yeah.
You don't mind me saying
No,
that.
it's quite all right.
But see, I was exposed to gay.
Uh,
And I was very, other people were out playing in skiffle groups. I was playing with him. And he was so good. And I took him as my role model, and he was very funny, a genius, but didn't have a high opinion.
no,
of
the first
himself.
man that I listened to, and I don't know why I was listening to him.
Jim Reeves.
No, it was very, very young. It was a man who lived quite near us.
Yeah.
And he was a man called Black. And I think
Tony Black.
I think
Tony Black.
he played classical piano.
I do believe that's him, yes. I think he's passed away now.
He may well be.
But you see, if you had worked with him, you'd have changed you for life. You just knew him. You see, I was
No, but you
more-
see, he played. We thought it was strange, and I mean that the nicest possible way,
I know,
because
but
we're very,
yeah,
very
yeah,
young.
I understand,
And there
yeah.
was this man in his living room,
yeah.
and he was playing classical piano, and he was really into it.
You thought there was something wrong with him.
No, we would stand at the window and look in at him.
Not quite sure what it was.
What was going on?
Exactly.
You see?
See, that's what's called about being exposed. So if you had been a musician, say,
Yeah.
and you'd have been in a band with him, living with him and travelling with him, it would have rubbed off on you. You know what I mean? This is what happened to me. And this is why today, that when I get back to the initial point, people send me CDs, that gentleman there, and I have no idea what that's like, but, I might like it, I might not. But see, there are two types of music.
Mm-hmm.
There are music made by people who are trying to be popular, and there are music made by people who have real talent, right? Now, for instance, that band, Picture Policy, that's real talent. Now, a lot of bands are mentioned to me. So why don't you play them? I said, I don't think they're any good. But everybody else thinks they're good. I said, I know, but I don't think they're any good because I don't think they have any talent. They're just people trying to make money, and trying to be popular. There's a difference. You can hear it. You can hear the passion. If there's no passion there, you can't hear it.
Was he bald?
Excuse me?
Was he bald?
Gay McIntyre?
No.
No.
Tony Black?
I can't remember, but that name just comes to me.
I'm not.
It may not be Tony Black. Maybe another man.
But it's,
Anyway, this is a very local thing. Stop. People outside Gerry Stroke London have no idea what we're talking about. We must be very careful.
He taught Janet.
Blousy.
He taught.
Did he? Taught her, well, he didn't do a great job, did he?
He taught Janet piano.
What did he,
was it Tony?
What did he teach you? Piano?
Around the corner from you.
That's right.
Yeah.
And does Janet play to this day?
Yes, she does indeed.
Well, there you are.
Janet's a fine pianist.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. I've heard Janet play.
Is there a piano here?
There is indeed.
But Janet, why don't you play something for us?
No, I've heard Janet play
Well,
piano.
why didn't you
and
play
sing, by the way.
Why didn't
Janet's
you
a lovely
say-
singer.
Why wouldn't you play some? What is the? Is there a piano in there?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's in Ken's got it in his wee apparatus room.
Ken keeps everything. He really does. What's it doing in there? A piano in there? So what does he want a piano for? We need it in here so Janet can play.
It's a keyboard, just.
Keyboard. Oh, it's just a Casio, is it?
No, it's much better than that. But I've heard Janet play it.
Well, Janet, we must give you an opportunity to play sometime and see what you're made of.
Janet says, "What about Eddie?"
What about Eddie?
Eddie's waiting.
Oh, is he?
Eddie's
Where is
transferred to 1.
Is he transferred to 1? Good man. Eddie, you're transferred to 1. That's a privilege. How are you?
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks. I am also not deaf.
Nope.
Go ahead. What can we do for you?
I was going to ask you, can you send a couple of signed autographs from my wife Maureen, you and Sean?
I don't sign autographs with Sean. It brings the value down.
No, I've got quite a few here, Gerry.
Oh, yeah, of course, certainly. Sean, are you willing to do this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to send us something? Do you want us to sign something that you sent to us?
Yes, please.
Oh, by all means. Yeah, what's the rate now? $5 a signature? Is that it?
Yep. I've got quite a few, Gerry. I've got Warren Smith, Don O'Donnell, Big T, Big Trevor Campbell, and Jerry Kelly, the Marcos. One on Saturday on your show.
That's heady company we're keeping. But by all means, Jerry Kelly on the Saturday show, very
yes,
good.
and we're champion. I won the Privy Quiz show. Got 15 rate, 15 points.
15 points?
Yep.
What were some of the questions? Can you try?
Two questions were Jerry. Sorry.
Try me on some of the questions. Go on.
Two questions. Who was the voice of Thomas the Tank Engine?
Ringo Starr.
Never got that. And the other one was Mulligan Tar, Paul McCartney. I got it wrong. Was Wings.
Okay. I love quiz questions. You know what I used to do? I used to be quite good at that, you know.
Hark at him. Hark at him. He loves quiz questions.
I'm lying again.
Yes, why are you lying?
I'm just lying. It's a Monday. I always lie on a Monday. Anyway, thank you very much. When did you send them to us?
Could you play Grandma Girl Over by Reindeer by T.R. Dallas for my wife? And wish Fiona Breen happy Christmas.
I wish
friend.
Fiona Bryden, did you say?
No, Fiona Breen.
Fiona Breen, happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to Fiona Breen.
And happy yourselves.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Okay.
Okay, Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Send them to us at BBC Radio Foyle here in Derry Stroke Londonderry. Londonderry!
Alison.
Londonderry! It's Derry, Londonderry!
Alison Brown didn't hear her request. Would you wish her happy birthday
Is that the lady who wanted to hear...
Snow Patrol.
Well, why didn't you... Where is the Snow Patrol record that you're supposed to get for me?
Oh,
you say?
You
Too
want to
busy
hear
chatting.
Run.
Run.
It's from Uncle Gordon and Auntie
Yeah,
Christine.
well, why didn't you get it for us then?
Well, what about Elizabeth? Can we get it on... Could you... Hello?
Hello, yes.
2.
What? 2? What does that mean?
Call
You mean on 2. Hello, good morning, 2. Good morning.
Good morning. Am I the one that's supposed to be speaking to you?
Yes, I don't know. Do you want to speak to me? You can if you wish.
Yes, I'm Elizabeth, and I have woken up this morning to 2 horses in a field beside my house.
Really?
Yes, and I was thinking maybe Geordie or somebody like that.
Well, they weren't there yesterday, obviously.
No, I think they have seemed to have been running about the area. Maybe they've been dropped off for somebody for Christmas and got the wrong house.
Well, have you heard any talk in the area about 2 horses wandering about unclaimed? Have you heard any talk?
No, well, I saw one about a week ago, but I think it might be the cream-coloured one. There's a cream one with a brown face, and there's a brown one with a cream face. And they seem to have been, mates, because one's following the other, male and female, and they've been abandoned, I think.
And they've chosen your house to stay
They
in.
must have. No, I think somebody put them into my field.
Really?
You see, we take strays and all the rest. But no, seriously, somebody must be missing these horses.
Okay, well, where do you live there? What's your area?
Draperstown, Brackett-le-Slay, Draperstown.
Okay, so describe the horses again.
Well, no, they're not show horses. They
Okay.
seem to be maybe work horses or something.
Uh-huh.
I'm not into horses.
Uh-huh.
A cream one
Yeah.
with a brown face.
Yeah.
And a sort of black-brown type of one
With a green face.
marks in its face.
Right. Do you think they're elderly a wee bit? Do you think
They are not young. They're not young.
Well, you
but
see,
they seem to have been well cared for.
but maybe they're at the end of their working life and somebody just dumped them.
Dumped them, could have been. Well, we phoned the police and they say that there's nothing they can do. And the USPCA, I think the police said that they don't take them. So we don't know what to do with them.
So it's every man for himself then, on the horse front.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Well, maybe perhaps
First
someone...
come, first served.
Exactly. Well, maybe perhaps somebody will ring us up and suggest what you could do with those horses. Or
Yeah,
maybe,
that would be
or maybe
lovely,
claim
Gerry.
them, yeah. Anybody know what a lady would do with 2 horses? She doesn't know what to do with them. And if you room there, I mean, if you could split...
Well,
let
there's
me
a
split-
field, but there's nowhere. You know, we have snow up here at the minute.
You'd have to get
I
hay
don't
and
know if
everything.
The rest of the countries is like the same as us.
You'd
We've
have-
had snow.
You'd have to get hay and everything for them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I'm sure I could find hay somewhere.
I know, but I mean, there's not much point in you...
Feeding them,
Well, you see, because, you never asked for them. And
No,
you're
I
not,
didn't ask Sandy for any horses.
No, but you're not going to neglect them. But
No,
I mean,
no.
you don't want a long-term commitment. I mean,
Definitely not.
No, but maybe someone out there would, and maybe someone out there would own them. And if they don't own them, anybody out there want them,
Yep.
or whatever, or
Feel
anybody?
free.
Is there some kind of organisation would look after horses that are dumped? We don't know.
I haven't a clue.
Okay, so give us a ring at 08459 555 678 if you have any light to shed upon that particular subject. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good girl for looking after them.
Right.
Yeah, excuse me.
No,
What?
do you think horses should have Oh, she's away. Do you think horses should have a name tag, or how would you identify a horse? A horse walks into your front garden. How do you get it back to its owner?
Well, you see,
should they have wee tags on them?
maybe they should. Maybe they
Should
should.
have something hanging from their ear or something?
Maybe they should have their name tattooed onto their hoof.
Well, there should be something. How do you identify a horse?
I really don't know.
No.
And please don't ask me that again. Okay?
I just thought.
I know that's okay.
Yeah, I think they should have wee tags around their neck.
Wear this cloak of memory that weighs my spirit down each day. Then my heart would skip a beat when I think I see you in the doorway, and I smile at him, but I wished it was you, just to hold you for a moment. How I long to see you walk through, and I wish I could have made you stay. I wish I could have got you through that day when you said goodbye. I never thought you meant forever. I never thought you meant forever. And now I talk to you at night, at a star shining bright. I wish I could have walked you through the dark. You're the shadow of my heart, shadow of my heart. You were just a boy then, who never made it to the end, and I'll be watching for you. You'll always be my friend, and the ride can be rough, and the days can be slow, but the sun's gonna rise
That's a lovely song. That's Emma Reid. I played that song the other day and didn't know the backstory. The song is called Shadow of My Heart, and it's about Emma's brother, Damien, who took his own life. And Peter Lynch writes to me and he said, could you please play Emma Reid's music again? She's a star in the making. Yeah, I agree with that. That song is about her brother Damien. Really touched my heart as I have lost 18 close friends to suicide. Huge problem in Northern Ireland and Donegal in particular. You've got to admit the girl's got talent. Big keep up the good work, Emma, and also to PIP's programme for their work for suicide awareness. And also Anne McGuigan said, could you please play Shadow of My Heart by Emma Reid on today's show if possible? There we are. What a lovely song, and such a sad backstory. There's somebody on the line here. Is someone on the line here?
Yes, it's your old friend.
Where, on one or two?
On one.
Hello, one. Good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Oh, Geordie, hello.
Geordie, check all them hands.
No, Geordie, we don't want you to take them all.
What?
What you should do, I want you to... No, I'll tell you what
Well,
I'll do.
I'll check 7.
Well, will you? Well, will you contact... Do you want me to contact these people for you?
I took 7 hands.
Okay. Well,
And I'll...
You take 7. Okay.
And I'll settle up Janet. That's the only way I have of going, you know.
What's she saying?
We're going to settle up with Janet.
What does that mean?
I saddled up Janet, my pony.
Saddle up Janet, your pony.
Saddle up Janet. No wonder Janet looked alarmed there. Janet doesn't want to be saddled up.
I'll take 2 cloth bags.
Well, of course, that pony was named after you, Janet.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, what a proud day that was. And what age is that pony now?
Oh, look, she's only in her prime. She'll be coming.
Did he say what I said?
No, I don't think so.
Coming 5.
Yeah, no, coming 5.
5 years ago. Oh, well. I hope it's looking better than Janet.
Oh, it's awful. It's so hateful. You are so... It's so very bad that Geordie so is.
Oh,
Janet,
he's a bad wee rascal.
Janet, I
today.
just did that for badness. You look lovely.
It's too
Well,
lazy.
I'll check 7 hands anyhow.
Well, listen, that's great. Seriously, that's great because I'll tell her.
And I'll saddle up Janet
and
head over. That's the only way. That's the only form of transport I have.
Is that place near you, Geordie?
What?
Is it near you?
What?
Wait, see, we don't even know where it is.
Do we not?
No.
Do you not? You're the president.
I know, but I don't know at the moment. I was asking the lady where it is so I could maybe pop in myself on the 17th of December. I don't know where she is. But I'll tell you what, there'll be a way that this can be... I'll tell you what, you hear me saying that.
Could you not Google it? Could you not...
Of course I can Google it. Well, why don't you do it? What's the point in having a...
But you've got a big machine beside you.
But I'm broadcasting
And do you
here.
know, Gerry?
Janet, would you do that? Janet, would you do that? Would you...
No, Janet's not speaking to you.
Janet, will you log on to nuthousehandrescue.co.uk?
But why can't you do it?
Because I'm presenting the programme. That's why you're there to do stuff like
But
this.
you could do it when you're talking to Geordie and tell Geordie where it is.
I mean, multitask?
Yeah.
I can't multitask.
Go on, scoot round and do it.
Janet's doing nothing there except looking at me like a hen.
Janet says no, she's done enough this morning.
She's done enough this morning.
And do you know, Gerry?
Yes. No, seriously, I'll tell that lady you're going to take 7. That's
Yes,
7
and
handy.
you know,
and I know that you look after them.
Oh, I look after them.
Yes, you will.
And we, Janet, she'll be glad of a run out.
There you are. We Janet's glad you run out.
Once she gets saddled up.
Well, I saddle her up and on we go.
Janet's very nervous about it. Very nervous about that talk. Anyway, okay. Well, that's good. Well, thank you for that. And
Right,
may I
thank
say
you.
that these people, the more hens, the better. Contact
Oh, yes. Oh, I have 5 roosters here.
he who saves a hen's life saves the world.
5 roosters.
5 roosters, well, they never get a minute's sleep then.
Will they start laying again, Geordie?
Oh, yes, sure, why they will, surely.
See, they'll probably
Well,
be traumatised. You see, it'll take a while to get them used to being outside.
it will, you know, why?
You have to be gentle with them and you have to caress them.
It's like a wee nanny goat.
Exactly. All right then. Well, thank you, Geordie.
Thank you, Gerry.
That's
Give her luck till we get out.
That's 7 hens will miss the fingers of the Grim Reaper.